All right, Larry Krueger here at Levi Stadium after the 49ers lose to the Rams. 42-26 is the score with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Rams running out the clock at this point. Niners just couldn't stop the Rams today. Could not stop the Rams. Of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out, and they do run out. So get there early, get some brisket chili. Tell them that Krug sent you. All right, let's get into this thing and just kind of give you the recap of what happened in this game. LA on the first possession kind of made the point, hey, this is not going to be like week 5. They came down, they had a 10-play, 64-yard drive. Kyren Williams scored from 2 yards out to give the Rams a 7-0 lead. Kyren on that first drive averaged 6.3 yards per carry. The 49ers could not stop the run. So Niners get the ball in their first possession, and you think, well, you got to drive the ball a little bit, keep it away from the Rams. No, 3 and out on the first drive, hand the ball right back to LA. LA on the second possession drove down the field, and they drove basically from their own 14-yard line all the way down, 86-yard drive. Stafford with a 22-yard hitch touchdown pass to Puka Nacua to cap a 7-play, 86-yard drive and give LA a 14-0 lead. And they just set the tone early. That was pretty much the tone early. Just to put this in perspective, at this point, LA had 11 first downs out of their first 17 plays. 17 plays to start the game, they had 11 first downs. So, man, it was looking bad. Niners on their second possession did drive into LA territory, and it looked like they were going to score, but then Juwan Jennings fumbled and gave the Rams back the ball with 3:14 left in the half, at the own 41-yard line at the end of the quarter, I should say. And that's how the end of the first quarter ended, 14-0 Rams. Rams' third possession, they went 9 plays, 59 yards. Stafford found the tight end, Davis Allen, for a 4-yard touchdown to make it 21-0. And the route was on. The Niners would make a game of it, but, they were in a 21-0 hole. And then the Niners turned it over on downs on their third drive at LA's 11-yard line. CMC was stuffed on 4th and 1. And Luke Farrell could not sustain his block. That was really it. So with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter, or in the second quarter, LA had the ball and the 21-0 lead. Now the Niners would score on their next possession, their fourth possession. Mac Jones on a 7-play, 36-yard drive had a 6-yard scoring pass to Juwan Jennings. That made it 21-7. And you're thinking, okay, wait a second, 21-7? It's anybody's ball game, right? But the Niners did score in the first series of the third quarter to make it 21-14. It was a 10-play, 65-yard drive. Brian Robinson went in from 1 yard out, and it's 21-14. And you're thinking, okay, 49ers are within a touchdown, and things are looking good. But LA immediately responded with a 12-play, 64-yard, 7-minute drive that ended when Stafford threw a 2-yard touchdown pass to Devontae Adams to make it 28-14. The Niners came back, though. They responded. They had a 10-play, 70-yard drive of their own. Mac Jones with a 9-yard touchdown to Luke Farrell. And you're thinking, all right, 28-21, but not so fast, because Jared Verse then blocked the Eddie Pinheiro PAT, and the deficit was still 8. LA then gets the ball back, up 8, and they respond with a 5-play, 64-yard drive. And this was pretty much the backbreaker. Kyren Williams went in from 7 yards out to make it 35-20 Rams. So they had a 15-point lead at that point. Jones on the Niners' next possession was intercepted on 4th and 4 by Emmanuel Forbes, who's one of the most productive interceptors in the sport, going back to college at Mississippi State. So Forbes picks off a pass. The Rams then scored another late touchdown. It was a 6-play, 38-yard drive. Stafford with the touchdown pass to Colby Parkinson to make it 42-20. The 42 points is the most the Niners have allowed at home since Kansas City scored 44 or 43 on them in 2022. That was the last time the Niners gave up this many points at home. So that's pretty much the way it stood. Now the Stafford went to Parkinson on that 6-play, 38-yard drive, 42-20. Niners would get the ball back. This is all garbage time. Jones driving it down the field, and he found Kittle, who had an amazing dive for the pylon, and he got in. Beautiful play by Kittle along the sideline. The Niners went for the 2-point conversion, but Jones's 2-point conversion pass was picked off by Quentin Lake, and that's where it sits right now, 42-26, with about 2 minutes left to play in this game. The Niners are not going to win this game. The Rams are going to wind up winning this football game. The Niners will have to lick their wounds. Up next is Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals, who got routed today in Seattle, or by Seattle, and Sam Darnold. So they're going to be coming in hungry. And, I actually think Arizona looks better with Brissett than they do with Murray. We should tell you this 49er football season is presented by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop, guys. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chat, season-long leagues, and of course Sleeper picks for daily fantasy. Use promo code Larry, Larry, easy to remember. Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Links in the description. Terms and conditions do apply. And thanks to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of the Krug Show. So yeah, the Niners fought. If you'd asked me in the pregame, what I thought, I wanted the 49ers to win this game. I thought it was going to be a big game. To me, this was going to be an awesome game for the Niners to get, but it wasn't like their season is tied to it. If they had gotten this win and gone to 7-3, man, they would have had a 4-0 record in the division, 6-1 in the conference. They would have just had an absolute stranglehold on the division. If you had asked me in the offseason, hey, what do you think was going to happen between the Niners and Rams? I would have said this. They're going to split, and they split. Niners won in L.A., Rams win here. I think there's going to be a third appearance of Niners-Rams, a third edition, I should say, because Niners-Rams might lock up again in the playoffs. It would not shock me in the slightest if we got Niners and Rams once again. We should also thank our sponsor, Habbas Law. Thanks to Habbas Law for being a proud sponsor of the Krug Show. They're great attorneys. That's all I really can say. Omar Habbas and his son Tarek have been standing up for people right here in Northern California for a long time. They're fierce, relentless PI attorneys. They're great. So, when you're in a pickle and the insurance companies don't want to pay, you need someone to force them to pay, and that's where Habbas Law steps in. They're rooted right here in the community. If you need someone in your corner, call the firm insurance companies. Hope you never call. That's Habbas Law. They're going to fight to make it right. Visit habbaslaw.com on the web, HABBAS law.com, 1-800-INJURED, which could also be the 49ers number, but it's not. It's Habbas Law's number. So there you go. Thanks to Habbas Law, though, for being a proud sponsor of the Krug Show. The final seconds are dwindling down here at Levi's, and Matthew Stafford's about ready to take a couple knees, and then we'll go into the locker room. We'll talk to Shanahan. We'll go talk to some of the players. I don't love doing locker room interviews, guys, when the team loses. Why did you lose? To a guy who doesn't really know. So it's a lot. But we will go get some stuff from Shanahan, and then you can hear me on the CamBR post-game show with Adam Copeland and Tim Webb and Tracy Sandler and Todd Husak. I'll do an appearance over there. We'll break it down over there. And then when that's all wrapped up, Kev, JD, all the guys, Frank Red, Rye, Danny, Kev will all join me on the Krug Show, Pig in a Pickle Krug Show post-game show. That coming up in about, I would say roughly an hour from now. But 42-26, the final. 49ers lose this game, and they wind up splitting with the Rams, and it was a this was not like, hey, what about that one play? No, this was a pretty good beatdown by a healthier, better football team. All right, thanks to our sponsors, thanks to all of you. Join us on the post game, and thanks for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.